Kelee, ask Zion a little bit ago about everybody talks about last year's defense, being a generational defense and all that. And I asked him, he never got tired of hearing about that. I asked you that same question.
Honestly, not. Um, of course, a lot of things that we did last year definitely helped us to put us in a good position of last year. But honestly, coming into this year, none of that is actually going to be able to help us for this year at the end of the day. So I feel like just trying to build on what we're going to be able to do for this year and just being able to help others that didn't contribute as much to that defense as well, being able to step up this year and do their part in filling very well.
Kelee, what have you seen from Kamari as he's been getting ready for the season?
Kamar is a really good young player, continuing to learn, continuing to build. Got a good amount of play time last year. I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do and how he's going to be able to help us.
Kirby said he had talks with you, I guess in somewhat offseason after the play in the national championship, that realizing you had a long ways to go and everything. What were those talks like, and was that something you felt like you needed after a play like that?
I mean, like, always trying to stay positive, always trying to find room for improvement. I feel like one thing that can put people in bad situations that do things like that is be complacent and feel like that you arrived is one thing that Coach Smart has said. So just really always trying to find something to improve in and just know that you can always get better because there's no limit to where any of us can get to.
What are some of those things, I guess, specifically that you've been working on, throughout camp?
Specifically, the cornerback position. I mean, like, there's a ton of things that you can get better at. Specifically, playing the ball in the air. I mean, like, just staying tight in coverage, being able to work your feet at the line of scrimmage, being able to get hands on receivers, and just really being able to disrupt timing between the quarterback and the receiver. So that's one thing. That's a few things that we've really been working on throughout training camp.
What's been your view of the Oregon Ducks offense? What do you know about them at this point? What are you looking forward to seeing in person?
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to play against Coach Lanning. They have a great team over there. I mean, like, really focus on how we're able to just really improve as a defense and just being able to counter a good amount of things that they're trying to do as well, and just try to come out on top at the end of the day. Yes, sir.
Is it him being over there? Does that give you pause to how good of a coach he was here, knowing that he is pouring himself into that other team? How does that make you feel?
Honestly, he's a great coach. No matter where he's at the end of the day, and I feel like he's going to be very successful, and it's going to be a great experience to be able to go against him at the end of the day. So, yes, sir.
Another great coach you guys had was Coach Adai, obviously. Is there any differences that you noticed between how Coach Adai prepared you for a game week versus Coach Brown? And if so, what have you seen that you've liked from Coach Brown and how he prepared you guys?
Coach Brown is a great coach, as well as Coach Adai. I mean, like, they definitely, cornerback position-wise, they have a lot of different things that they'll be able to teach us. Both of them have helped me be successful and just continue to work on my craft. And I feel like both of them coaches definitely helped me a lot. And I don't really see too much differences, but I really feel like I could be successful no matter who's going to be able to coach me, because I feel like they enhance my game a lot. So.
What have you seen out of Dominic Blaylock going against him this fall?
Excuse me, I hear you?
Yeah, what have you seen out of Dominic Blaylock going against him this fall in practice?
Dominic Blaylock's a great player, honestly. Shows a great amount of flashes every single day throughout practice. I feel like he's a great player, continues to help us get better, good on good, and I feel like he's been able to take care of business throughout the season.
Your freshman season year, you don't play. I think you only dressed out at the end of the season against Cincinnati. What was the hardest part during that time, just not having football and being out there, being able to go play?
Honestly, the aspect of really trying to stay locked in, just continuing to learn the plays. I mean, like, just continuing to understand that my chances are going to be able to come and just not get too down on myself, because obviously injuries are uncontrollable. So I'm just trying to continue to stay the playbook and just be ready when my chance comes.
Kelee, what have you learned about Oregon's wide receivers from Coach McClendon and his knowledge of that room?
They're a really good group of receivers, as any other receiving core that we're going to be able to see. I feel like just continuing to scheme on the best things that we can do potentially to be able to limit the amount of things that they can do at the end of the day. So I appreciate that.
You're a year ahead of David Daniel and Javon Collier, but what have you seen out of them two in the secondary and then defensive back room that you like out of them?
Both of them are great players, high motor players, continuing to learn. I mean, like, just really good sponges, continue to write notes in the meetings, stuff like that, and that's something that's going to really be able to help young players be successful. So I feel like just continuing to grow. I mean, like, not being too high, too low in any aspect of practice or in games in general. And I feel like they'll be successful.
When Stetson was up here yesterday, he talked about he was tired of going up against you in practice and ready to play somebody. But what have those battles been like through fall camp, and specifically with Stetson trying to get the best of him?
They're great. They're competitive. I know every single day going against a guy like Stetson, you're gonna get their best, and also he's gonna get my best. So I feel like going good on good all the time is definitely gonna be able to help us in any type of situation. And I feel like our practices definitely gimmick the games, and it's gonna be able to put us in the best position to be able to win games.
How do you feel like you've grown most from last season to this season?
Specifically, I would say experience-wise, just really knowing what offenses are trying to do to me, like splits and stuff like that. I mean, like just trying to put myself in the best position of having a plan before the snap. I feel like last year I was more of a reactive player, and just like obviously knowing what I was supposed to be doing, but like not being a little bit more ahead of the game. And I feel like throughout the season, the games will be able to slow down a little bit more for me. So.
Kelee, you ever driving down the road and see your billboard up there with the, is it World Chance or something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And did you have any part in designing the ad or anything, or do you like having that opportunity?
Yes, sir, of course. NIL is a huge thing that's changed a good amount of college football, but honestly, like trying to keep the main thing. Obviously, of course, it feels good, but I feel like the best way to get those opportunities is definitely be able to play good on the field. So, I mean, like those things will definitely come later, but just continuing to stay hard and doing things the right way on the field is definitely help me in that.
Circling back to the previous question about you being a more proactive player versus a reactive player, can you think back to a time in practice where you utilized that and it kind of, I guess, can you just think back to a time when you were doing that in practice and it was really effective?
As I was saying before, I would say like where receivers going to split. I mean, like down and distance, things like that. What offense is going to try to do to me compared to third and long and first and second down, and just being able to ID those type of things. And I feel like it's definitely helped me a lot. And just as the game's slowing down, of course, just trying to figure out a way I can try to be successful and put myself in the best position to be able to make plays.
I know name, image, and likeness is behind you, but I think of your interception. Obviously, that was an iconic moment, just the way it happened, and Kirby happened to be jumping up in the background. That image of you was caught. I know there are reports that you're the #1 earner at Georgia. Is a lot of that from that actual image? I mean, do you reap benefits from that moment directly from photos, paintings, people who captured that moment?
I've heard a good amount of things like that, honestly, but to be honest, I'm not too sure. But I mean, like, just trying to really just be able to look forward. I mean, like, of course, it was a great moment for me, but I feel like I have a lot more things I need to be able to do in my career to be able to help those type of things last. So that's what I'm focused on right now. I appreciate that.
What's the biggest difference you feel going into this year compared to this time last year when you were going to be stepping up playing for the first time?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, what's the biggest difference you feel going into this year compared to last year when you were getting ready to step up and play for the first time?
I mean, like, of course, going into any type of game, I mean, like football players are going to be nervous, but I feel like I've been in a good amount of situations where it was make or break it. So I feel like just going into the game and just feeling like any of the game's like the biggest game I could play, and just coming in and I know if I do my job, I feel like I'll be successful and just being confident in myself and not second guessing anything. Just relying back on my training and what Coach Smart's been teaching us, and I feel like we'll be fine with that.
You
Time for 2 more questions.
You seem like such a quiet guy in here. Have you had to make a conscious effort to be louder on the field, or does it come naturally, or do you just try to lead in other ways?
Yes, actually, now that you say that, I'm not too much of a vocal person, but I feel like when I need to, I feel like I'm able to do that in other ways. I don't feel like I struggle with it too much, but just really be trying to get the message over as well as with my actions has definitely been able to help me with that.
What are some ways you try to get that message across to some of these guys that maybe might not be just saying it directly?
Yes, sir. I mean, like, going through film with players, showing them the right thing on what to do and what not to do, and how it can help you and how different things can hurt you. I mean, like, just trying to give different players tips, specifically in my position, on like leverage-wise, being able to keep your leverage, and like what offensive people try to do to you to put you in a better position.
Going into the season, what do you think
One of the messages was just always to rely back on your training and what you're trying to do on the field, because I feel like our practices are going to be able to set us up in the best position possible. Honestly, just rely on each other, honestly, because the DB unit is a huge thing. It's the last line of defense of the defense. So I mean, like, just trying to be able to rely on them and also the D linemen. It's like that, just playing together, having unity and connection. And one thing like school sessions that we've been using as well. I mean, like, there's nothing like being able to be out there and knowing that your brother's gonna be able to do his job and take care of you as well as you got him. So it's a great feeling.
Thank you, Kelee. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.